to Javelina Showtime, your home for Javelina Athletics. Brought to you by Mike Shaw Toyota Kia, hosted by Chris Communications Sports Director Alan Harwell, and proudly produced by the students at Texas A&M University Kingsville. Alongside Mike Shaw, a proud alum of 1968, the Javelina Broadcast Network presents Javelina Showtime. Your journey to Javelina Athletics starts now.
Hi everybody, welcome to Javelina Showtime here on KDF Television, brought to you as always by Mike Shaw Automotive. It is game day. The Javelinas are going to play their final home game of the season coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Midwestern State is in town, a very good football team, by the way, and we'll talk more about them in a moment. But as always, we're joined by the coach, Jaime Martinez. Hi, Coach. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. What about you? What's going through your mind now? Is from the trip from Canyon? You played a really good West Texas A&M ball club. What's going through your mind and how well do you think the team played?
Well, first of all, we're glad we made it back. It was a long trip up there and back. But we were still excited for the guys that, we went up there and they really played hard. Like I said, we're trying to get away from that saying. We're trying to win football games because they're always going to go out and play hard, and that's kind of why they're here. Offensively, we're still continuing to, this is the second week in a row we rushed for 300 yards, and we're pretty excited about that. I think we left a couple of points out there. We dropped a couple, one in the end zone and, one that was wide open down the field. So, we, offensively, I think we did some, we kind of just kept on going from the week before. Defensively, of course, we had an interception. We're in a lot of third down situations, and that's what we were looking for just because, West Texas does throw the football a lot. But, at the end of the day, they made more plays than we did. Kind of got to shore up our special teams part of the game, that third of the ball game. We had a blocked punt that, you never want to have one of those just because that's a big momentum swinger, and we don't ever need that. Against Angelo, we had a punt return for a touchdown, and that kind of hurt us too. So we're trying to work hard this week and trying to shore up that special team and, see if we can continue to go and move forward.
I guess the football team is like a puzzle. You just got to get all the parts to fit together, and that's the hard part, isn't it?
That's the hard part, and just like you said, a puzzle. It looks like the piece is going to fit here, and it really, well, that's not the corner. It's rounded. It's not squared off. So it's one of those things where we got to make sure that we just got to try to continue during the week, trying to refine all those different little details and get them ready for Saturday.
What can you tell all Javelina boosters that are watching this program? How much better has this team gotten over the past few weeks, and how good is this ball club? Well,
I think we've gotten better. I think we made strides. They're the same guys who've been playing all year, and I've told these guys all week that it's not like we went out and recruited a bunch of new football players and got some coaches and did all. No, it's the same group. These guys are starting to pay attention to detail. They're really trying to put their best foot forward and trying to make sure they take care of the little things and give themselves a chance. And that's what we're trying to tell them. Give yourself a chance at the end of the day by doing the things we ask you to do right, and then go out there and play fearless.
Okay, Midwestern in town tonight. What are your thoughts about tonight's ball game?
Well, I think just like in the last 2 weeks, I think, we have just as good a chance as any. I think, Midwestern's a good football, team, and Coach Masco does a good job with their group. And, but I think right now, our guys they're seeing the progression, and I think they want to continue, and I think they want to take that next step forward. And that was one thing we talked about Monday night at our meeting, that, let's not worry about the little victories. Let's try to go win the big one. And that's, go and win on Saturday. So we preached all week, do what you can today to kind of get the results you want on Saturday. So we've been kind of focusing on that all week, and, here we are game day, and hopefully we can make that happen.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, and we'll talk next week, and of course we'll be talking more about the playoffs next week. Not sure who we're going to play yet. I guess a lot of it will determine on who wins and who loses tonight, right?
Correct.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much. Coach Jaime Martinez, the coach of the Javelinas. Again, game time tonight, 7 o'clock at Javelina Stadium. We hope to see you there later this evening. Back with more of Javelina Showtime right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Kia, because they eliminate the fear factor with upfront pricing and financing. 2014 Kia Soul, just $13,995. 2014 Kia Optima, just $19,922. 2014 Kia Sorento, just $27,195. And if you make $350 a week, we want to approve your credit, guaranteed. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Kia.
Hello, I'm Phil Neeson with Neeson Chevrolet in Kingsville. We see people from all over South Texas coming to Neeson Chevrolet because we have the largest section of Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs in South Texas at the absolute best prices. We treat our customers with honesty and respect. No high pressure or hassle here, just good, honest deals. The best selection, the best prices, huge rebates, 0% financing are at Neeson Chevy, Buick, GMC in Kingsville.
Today's employers are looking for employees with the ability to lead, think analytically, plan strategically, and solve problems. The MBA online program at Texas A&M University Kingsville can provide all that from the privacy of your own home. Graduates said they had a 38% return on their investment after only 1 year and a 50% return after 2 years. Our 30-credit-hour program features accounting, finance, management, marketing, economics, and business. With classes held year-round, why wait? Sign up today.
You'll find more than a great education here. You'll find friendships that last a lifetime. Thanks to our family-like living learning communities. Like Turner Hall, the men's dorm where music students enjoy their own basketball court, grill, big screen TV, and more. And Bishop Hall, where female musicians have their own volleyball court, lobby, and study room. Live and work with others who share your goals at Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Javelina Showtime here on KDF TV, brought to you as always by Mike Shaw Automotive. And again, it is game day here on Javelina Showtime. We have a home game tonight, 7 o'clock. Midwestern State is in town. And we're joined quite often by the legend himself, Fred Nush. Hi, Fred. How are you?
Good.
Long-time SID, retired now, but still puts together Javelina highlights, and you're in all the games. And let's take a look back at the way our final home games tonight. Right. As you look back at this season, how would you summarize the way things have gone this year?
Well, of course, you want to win naturally. You want to be in the fight for the championship. But it hasn't been that bad a season. I told someone the other day, I said, a bad year as a Javelina is better than a good year as anything else.
I got you.
And I really do kind of believe that. There's lots of things go on here, and certainly your record's important. But we've got people who have accomplished good things, and we've got to. There'll be some honors coming up that'll be nice, and all that stuff that'll end the season on positive notes, and hopefully we can get a couple of wins here at the end too, which would be nice,
What do you think about this playoff system? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it works, or is it just something they're going to, are we just trying it out for the first couple of years, or?
No, really, the reason they're doing it, it's a necessity because the conference is down to. You just have, this year, you have 7 conference opponents is all. Well, you have a 11-game schedule, you need 4 non-conference. Well, it's hard to find 4 non-conference teams to play because what's happened is so many of these leagues are full now and they don't play anything but conference games. So you can't play the MIAA and even the Rocky Mountain, some of those are getting full. And so you have to do those 2 extra games so you can get in your 10 or 11 games. Midwestern, for example, with the playoffs will only have 10 games this year.
Wow, okay.
So that's why they're doing that these 2 years, and then hopefully after that, they're hoping the conference will have some new members, and at that time, then of course you could go back without it. But it's not a bad idea. You're playing for all 7 positions, or all 8 positions in the conference, But the only thing is, a lot of people don't like the idea of having to play a team 2 times in 1 year. It's the Lone Star Conference did that one time. We got down to just a very few numbers of people in the league playing football. As a result, they had teams playing each other twice. I know we played Southwest Texas twice one year and stuff like that.
So do you like the way it's set up right now, or would you rather have more conference games?
Well, I think it'd be more fun to have more conference games.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where do we find these teams? Do we have to go back to Oklahoma or Arkansas?
They've hired a full-time consultant in the Lone Star Conference, and I understand that's his number one job, is to go out and see if there are schools that might be interested in joining the LSC. Just this week, Texas Permian Basin has announced that they have gotten approval from the Board of Regents that they can start playing football in 2016. Well, there are some other leagues they could go to, but more than likely they would be in the Lone Star Conference. So that would be one if they do come in and compete in the LSC.
My first thought is that's a long drive, but it's a long drive anyway.
Well, but it's not for all the other conference schools.
You're right.
You know, there's that little circle in there, the Tarletons, the Angelos, the Midwesterns, West Texas, Eastern, they're all right in there with Odessa. So it's not so bad for them. Matter of fact, and that's why I think Odessa would like to be in the LSC, because they can up and back on, you know, half their trips.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we had a team from the Valley and we had one in Laredo and one in San Antonio, where we could have like a little, you know.
Oh yeah, no, those trips, that's like, we're happy to just go to Angelo, and my Lord, that's what, 5 or 6 hours
at least,
and we think that's short. You know,
like a home game.
Yeah,
for
it's
us.
a home game almost, and that's like, you know, people talk about Monterey Tech, you know, coming in the conference. They say Monterey Tech. That would be our closest Lone Star Conference school if they came in the Lone Star Conference.
I want to talk about Javelina Stadium for a minute. When we shoot our highlights on Saturdays, our video looks so good because the lighting is so good. I think we have one of the best lit stadiums in the conference.
It's going to be better. You go out there and look today. There's a huge crane out there. There are a couple of those lights that have not been working. And so they're getting that fixed this week, so it'll be even brighter this week.
It just, I don't know what it is. I just think that our lighting has always been terrific. And then with the AstroTurf on there, it just makes the color look so much better on camera.
Well, they doubled the power this year. They put in all new lights this year. All new banks. And so it's probably it's probably as well lit as you can have at a football stadium.
It's always been called Javelina Stadium. Would you be up for, if we ever got a sponsor, to call it something else? Would you think that would ever happen?
I like being Javelina Stadium.
Okay.
Of course, I'm also, too, not into marketing.
Okay,
so.
all righty. Well, I know that most schools have gone to that now. So.
Oh, yeah. No, well, you know, they not only that, but they named the field. You know, it's some field, and then the stadium is something, you know, and all that. So they go into a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of that, you know, going on now. And you know, of course, it's in order to have a program, you have to have money.
Yes,
and
that's
all
for
that
sure.
stuff brings in extra revenue, of course.
Well, Fred, you and I could talk forever. I love just talking to you. You've got a lot of insight on the program. It's always great to have you on the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
All
I
right.
enjoy it.
Fred Noosh, former SID, Sports Information Director, retired, now does his Javelina highlights weekly. And no, it's not a football show. That's a tabloid, and it's a good one. We'll remind everybody, it is game night tonight, 7 o'clock. Midwestern State is in town. Kickoff again at 7. And we want to remind everybody it is senior night, 14 seniors this evening, and it's also Community Appreciation Night. Again, we hope to see you there tonight at 7 o'clock at Javelina Stadium. Of course, Javelina Showtime is a student-run program, and we'd like to bring some of the students on each week to kind of get you a chance to get to know them a little better. And among those is Aaron Salinas. Aaron, appreciate all the work you've done. You're a junior. You've been instrumental with producing this show, writing, editing, you name it. And this is our 10th week already.
Hard to imagine, number 10.
Of all the things that you've learned doing this show, what sticks out?
I would think the time that goes into an actual show. I think that's probably the biggest thing I've learned. I mean, for a 30-minute show, there's a lot of little details that go into that, whether it be a technical standpoint, a personnel standpoint. You always have to be cautionary of your time going into it, and we have a schedule, so it's made me a little more time aware, I guess you could say.
People will think, well, you just press a button and the show shows up magically, but it doesn't work that way. We got to go out and do we have to, you know, put the show together, and we have to make it fit the 30-minute format.
Yeah.
And we have to time everything, interviews and commercials and feature stories, and I think that you can take with you once you graduate a year from now and put that together for use to maybe grab you a job somewhere someday down the road.
Yeah, that's probably the most beneficiary thing of Showtime. It gets you ready for real world situations. You know, in TV you're going to be time conflicted, and we are for Showtime. So as a junior, and some of our other assistants are sophomores and even freshmen, we're learning that, you know, it's important to stay on that time constraint, and time is key.
What's your favorite part of it? What do you like to do the most? What's your favorite part of the show? Don't say when it's done.
Honestly, probably editing. Editing is probably the most fun because you get to puzzle piece the entire show. You get to
create.
Yeah, you get to put a little more creative input and a little more design into it, and that's probably one of the more enjoyable experiences. I mean, filming is always fun because you got to stay on the fly, but editing, you know, you get to make those crisp, clean edges that everybody kind of overlooks, but they're super important if they weren't there.
So real quick, where do you see yourself 2 years from now?
2 years from now, I'm hoping to work with either the Longhorn Broadcast Network in Austin. I'm still Hoggy at heart, but a sports network like that, because, you know, I already got some loops in my belt with that. So
great. Okay, bud. Good to have you. Aaron Salinas, producer, editor, reporter, you name it, he does it here for Javelina Showtime. We're going to have more of our show coming up for you right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Toyota, because they eliminate the fear factor with upfront pricing and financing. 2014 Corolla or Camry, your choice. Up to $4,000 off MSRP. 2014 Tundra, up to $7,000 off MSRP. We want your experience to be exceptional. That's why we offer a 72-hour exchange policy. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Toyota.
Today's employers are looking for employees with the ability to lead, think analytically, plan strategically, and solve problems. The MBA online program at Texas A&M University Kingsville can provide all that from the privacy of your own home. Graduates said they had a 38% return on their investment after only 1 year and a 50% return after 2 years. Our 30-credit-hour program features accounting, finance, management, marketing, economics, and business. With classes held year-round, why wait? Sign up today.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, a recreation center with everything you'd expect in a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Kia, because they eliminate the fear factor with upfront pricing and financing. 2014 Kia Soul, just $13,995. 2014 Kia Optima, just $19,922. 2014 Kia Sorento, just $27,195. And if you make $350 a week, we want to approve your credit, guaranteed. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back with more of Javelina Showtime here on KDF TV, brought to you every Saturday by Mike Shaw Automotive. This time every Saturday also, we do our feature story, and joining us this week is Sydney Hernandez. Hey, Sydney, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
We've missed you the last 3 weeks, but I know that you've been working hard on this week's story. What you got for us?
I'm interviewing Darius Lively. He's a defensive end, and of course, he's a senior because it's senior week.
So he'll be playing his last home game tonight, right?
Yes.
All righty. Well, I'm sure he's very emotional about that game. Well, let's roll your story and let's see what Darius had to say.
Just the people, you know, you have to get people to buy in, who you are. You know, coming into this school, I had to work hard, you know, to prove to my other teammates that I was, you know, like a good player or whatever. So I had to come in working hard.
And you guys get here really early. And then after just practice at super early in the morning, you guys have training. Then you guys have classes. Then some of you work. What's that like?
Oh, yeah, it's tiring all day from 5:30. We got to be here at 5:30. Then, you know, then we have meetings around 2. So it's like it's stressed out throughout the day. So you never really have time to really rest because you got classes in between. So it's kind of hard on your body, but you just got to be prepared.
What about the super long hours that you guys travel in?
this trip we just took this past weekend, West Texas, was like 12.5 hours. That was like one of the longest trips I ever had to take on a bus.
What are the conditions on the bus?
The conditions pretty good. We watch movies, we try to, make it interesting as we can. We play music, but I mean, eventually you get tired. So I had to end up sleeping on the floor of the bus because I'm big, so it's hard to sleep in the seats on the bus. So.
Are the buses hot?
Nah, the buses really actually get too cold. So we have to actually argue to tell them to turn the air down sometimes.
So you obviously experienced football at a different university. What was it like going? You guys had a really traumatic experience this past couple weeks, losing a coach and stuff. And I'm sure he was good to you as he was to all the players. So what was that like?
Well, being a player, I never really experienced nothing like that before. Like, this is my first time, so I guess it's the first time for everything. I mean, it was just, something new that I had to adapt to. It's life, so you got to keep moving. But this is something you have to adapt to. Something you have to learn. Just an experience you have to go through. And
this week is Seniors Week. So what is that like for you being a senior?
It's crazy. I never thought I'd see this day. Like, I've been playing football for 5 years, longer than that, but 5 years in college. So, just my senior day, I just want to go out there and, have a good game and play for my teammates.
What can we expect?
Expect a great game for number 95, but you can expect a great game for everybody, like all the seniors on the team. I think they just want to play a great game. They want to get a win, just the last home game. So they want to go out with a bang.
When are you graduating?
Well, see, my conditions are actually different, so transferring from my old school. I graduated in December, but in my old school. And I picked up a psychology major here too. Well, I might not finish that till like next spring. So
you still have a couple more months with the Javelinas?
I have a couple more months.
And what are the plans after that?
Hopefully, this is my last year. I just want to do my training day. I'm just preparing, working out for my training day, trying to, go to the next level.
And you did say that it's the last home game for the Javelinas, but we have playoffs.
Well, until we know further notice, depending on how the games go, this will be the last home game as we know it right now, but hopefully it isn't, though.
So if you guys do get selected to go to playoffs, what would that mean to you?
It'll be good because, I never played in the playoff system before. It's different coming from, like, a Division I school. I've never been in the playoffs. So it'll just be a different experience, something different. You have to keep grinding. It's extra game, so you have to keep grinding.
And knowing that it's your last game as a Javelina playing football, is there anything you're doing specific in practice to prepare for this game?
Yes, this week, all week I've been going hard. I've just been trying to get my teammates into it, just letting them know this could be our last home game, so we have to, perform for the crowd, our fans, the kids, just the area in general, Kingsville. We have to go out with a bang, leave with a good name.
There are so many Javelina fans here, of course, football being the largest roster athletic here. So what would you tell the people watching that want to be Javelina athletes one day?
Just keep working hard, anything's possible. Just keep working hard to achieve your goals, achieve your dreams. It's just a step away, so just keep working hard.
What was it like getting the call that you were going to play Temuco football over here?
I was excited because one of the coaches, actually, the running backs coach, Julian Griffin, I knew him. I played football with him in school. He came from my school, so when everything happened, I was just like, am I able to come play over here? And I heard about the tradition down here at Temuco, so I was like, will I be able to play? Will there be room for me? That was the main concern. And then I got a call from Coach Calloway, and he was saying that he wanted me to come down here and play. And I was just excited I had somewhere to play football my last year.
All right, good job. So he is excited about his senior year here at A&M Kingsville. What did you learn most about Julius?
I think that he has so much compassion for the team. I really talked to him and asked him a lot of questions, and I think the one that he spent the most time on is how they connect. And in the locker rooms, he really stresses that they are a family, and the coaches are so good to each other, the players. Just being a Javelina football player isn't just throwing the ball out there, it's about building a family for him, and it's a great experience to see that. All
right, Cindy, as always, we appreciate it. Thanks for being on the program today again. He'll be playing his final home game tonight. Midwestern State's in town. It's a 7 o'clock start. Javelina Stadium. Hope to see you there later this evening. Back with more. In fact, we're going to get a scouting report on Midwestern State right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Toyota, because they eliminate the fear factor with upfront pricing and financing. 2014 Corolla or Camry, your choice. Up to $4,000 off MSRP. 2014 Tundra, up to $7,000 off MSRP. We want your experience to be exceptional. That's why we offer a 72-hour exchange policy. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Toyota.
the folks at Blakeful & Whiter to treat you like they treat their friends, with respect. Because it's about you, no high pressure. Just good, solid people helping you determine what's right for your budget and your lifestyle. I'm Brenda, and when you're looking for a new car or truck, Blakeful & Whiter's got what matters. Friendly folks looking out for you. Blakeful & Whiter, Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Kingsville.
All right, welcome back to Javelina Showtime, brought to you by Mike Shaw Automotive. It is game day. Midwestern State is in town, and we're bringing in a special assistant just to scout tonight's game, Andrew Herring, the tight ends coach. Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right, man. Now let's talk about this. You're a graduate of Midwestern State, and we're playing them tonight. So I see your loyalty. You got your Javelina logo. Yeah,
absolutely.
Kind of a weird feeling, though, right?
It is a weird feeling. First time I've been down here and been the home team against Midwestern, but came down here on a few trips previously, and glad to be a Hog.
Now they're coming off a big overtime win last week. They beat Commerce 40-37. They're 5-2 overall, 4-2 in conference. Big game for them. They're going to come in ready to play tonight, aren't they?
Absolutely. There's I believe a 4-team tie for that second place spot in conference, and this is big for them in their playoff standings. So they're going to come down here ready to play, and our guys will be ready to go.
Tell us about them. What do they do so good?
What they do, well, they're real disciplined, and Coach Rich Renner, there on defense, defensive coordinator, he always puts together a good product on the field. You know, they got a lot of returning players, and offensively they got a quarterback and a couple of running backs coming back as well. So,
do they like to run first or throw first?
You know what? They're pretty balanced. Okay. They run a little run pass option type stuff. Their quarterback's probably a better little passer than he is a runner. But like I said, they're real balanced and they're effective.
How do we match up with them?
You know, like Coach Martinez said earlier, I think as long as we come out and play our game and do what we're supposed to do and play disciplined football and focus a lot on the little things, you know, just doing your job, I think we'll be just fine.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Coach Andrew Herring, the tight ends coach for your Javelinas, as they get set for tonight's big game against Midwestern State. Should be one whale of a football game. When we come back next week, we'll have highlights and post-game reaction. Hopefully it'll be our first win in conference play. I've got a feeling it's going to happen. I really do. We'll see you next Saturday.
Well, that's a wrap for Javelina Showtime. You can always catch us here on KDF TV Saturday mornings at 11:30. See you next week.